So for this week's video essay on the different features of African American English from the table in the book, I actually took an English class fall semester this past year, and the entire topic was about AAVE and the idea of standard language. And so when I was looking at the table, a lot of the things I was familiar with, for example, the voice stops where things are often dropped, kind of what I learned as final consonant deletion, how you can, instead of talked, sometimes for AAVE it would just be talk. I also learned about the final consonant cluster reduction, so how like in tests sometimes you don't have the final consonant sound of the T, so it would be test in AAVE. Talked about that, and I talked about R deletions in that class. Or how L is often vocalized in word final position, so instead of tool, it's to, and things like that are things that I had learned previously, but some of the things that I noticed that I hadn't really discussed was perfect participle done before a verb, so I've had enough, I done had enough. It's something that I heard used in conversation before, but I had no idea what the technical kind of feature was, and that it was specific to AAVE, so I thought that was cool. Also, when we were talking about the possessive marker S deleted, I did touch on it and learn it in the English class that I took in the fall, but I had like a hard time really understanding what it really was. And so the table that it had, like the SAE written form and then AAVE, really helped me see the differences and how that's the church's responsibility and that's the church responsibility, so dropping that possessive S marker. So I thought it was really cool because I learned some of these things before, but then I was able to actually look at them and see how they're compared to SAE written form and how really the meaning doesn't change. So I think it's really interesting that AAVE is seen as slang or perceived a certain way when really I feel like there isn't huge differences that completely change the meaning of certain words.